Good afternoon and welcome to all of you on behalf of Marion, Tempest, Adrian, Christian and Eric and their families. Before we proceed with today's celebration of Harry's life, I would like to announce the family invites you to join them for refreshments straight after the ceremony just down the road at the Cremorne Hotel. Also, it would be appreciated if you would please turn your mobile phones off at this time. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alison Taylor and I am a civil celebrant. On behalf of Harry's family, I thank you for being here today to share and honour the memory of Harold Harry Smith. They also thank you for the love and support you have shown them on the passing of their much-loved husband, father, father-in-law and grandfather. It is clear from the numbers and the presence of you here today that the man you have come to honour and to grieve has touched many and touched them deeply. The time I have spent with the Smith family has left me with an image of a man who loved life, loved his family and friends, and wanted nothing more than the health and happiness of those near and dear to him. Today is a day of sorrow and of joy. Sorrow in the thought of the time ahead without him, but joy in the reflection on the memories he has left us with. Harold Barclay Smith was born on the 16th of February 1943 to John, a farmer, and his wife Elizabeth. Harry was the second eldest of their 5 children and grew up as children did on farms during this time, days at school during the week and getting up to mischief with his brothers when not helping their father. Harry started school at Springton Primary School, then later at Angaston Primary School when his family moved to Angaston. Harry spent his first year of high school in New York to high school. His love of school and learning led him to be awarded a scholarship to Concordia College in Adelaide, which he delayed taking up for a year due to his father's bad health. Once there, he continued to excel, particularly in any subject that involved maths and sciences. It was partly Harry's love of learning that led him to make the decision to go to Adelaide Teachers College when he completed his schooling at Concordia in 1960. His daughter, Tempest, recalled to me that it was his fond memories of one of his teachers at Concordia, Mr. Falcon, that inspired him to become a teacher himself. The family can recall many moves around the state as Dad took up placements at various high schools around the state. The family finally settled in the Mitcham area when Harry took up the position of headmaster at Unley High School in 1994. He remained here until he retired in 2000. Harry Smith is still well remembered there by past students and faculty, some of whom are here today to join in this gathering. It was while Harry was at Adelaide Teachers College that he met Marion Ruth Dudley. It is well known in the family that Marion was not immediately attracted to the tall young man who was the life of a party and well known for his love of entertaining a gathering with both his quiet talent as a guitar player, but not so quiet love of good joke. More will be shared about those two loves a little later, as we were talking about the start of a relationship that would last 52 years, even though it didn't get off to the best of starts. Marion eventually agreed to go on a date with Harry. It is part of family folklore that she told a friend that she only agreed to go on a date with him to stop him from asking her again. That one date eventually led to their marriage on the 10th of October 1965, and they remained as much in love until Marion's passing 5 years ago. Harry deeply mourned the passing of his beloved Marty, as he affectionately called her, and the only solace their family has in his passing is that they are together again. The first of Harry and Marty's children came along in March 1965. Tempest turned out to be their one and only daughter, but they welcomed 4 sons, twins Adrian and Christian in November 1967, and Eric last of all in August 1972. Harry was exceedingly proud of his family. One of the siblings' most treasured memories of their dad was him attending their various events, from their first netball or football matches to school musicals, tennis and school debating competitions, where he was their loudest supporter. When I was talking with the family this week, I couldn't help but smile when the 4 kids recalled memories of their dad cheering them on from the sidelines. Sometimes to the point where they would cringe, roll their eyes and say, "Oh, Dad, you're so embarrassing." I can see now that what was once embarrassing is now a very treasured memory. Harry's children are now going to read a poem called As We Look Back. They feel it perfectly reflects the father that they have been blessed with. Not only was Harry a passionate supporter of his children's pastimes, he was very active himself in the sporting arena. He was also a quietly talented musician, and friends and family have warm memories of many nights where he would entertain at gatherings of family and friends with his guitar playing. Harry also loved his sports, both as a spectator and a participant. Harry played cricket and football during his childhood years at the Angostura district clubs and went on to play for the Concordia College teams when he moved to Adelaide. He continued playing at the various locations the family moved to as part of his teaching career. Harry had stopped playing by the time the family had moved to Mitcham, but continued to be active as a coach and volunteer with the various teams his children were involved with. Harry's family have told me of the passion he developed for deep-sea sport fishing while he was teaching at Port Lincoln High School. That passion led to Harry winning many awards at competitions around Australia, which both Harry and Marion loved travelling to, making these trips opportunities to indulge their love of travelling as well. Unfortunately, Harry lost his love of both travelling and fishing when Marion passed. As fate would have it, it was while he was out on his first fishing trip since that time with his lifelong fishing buddy, Franco, that he suffered the heart attack that has led to our gathering here today. Harry's family have asked his oldest friend, Max, to say some words to share with us his memories and recollections of their dad from the time he and Max first met at primary school. Franco will then say some words about Harry as well. Harry was blessed with 4 grandsons, of whom he was incredibly proud and loved by much. They have all told me how much they are going to miss their papa, especially his practical jokes and brilliant sense of humour. Everyone also recalls Harry's fondness for country music. His eldest grandson, Zale, has inherited his papa's musical ability and would like to play the guitar and sing Looking Forward, Looking Back by Slim Dusty. The family have asked me to read a poem that was very special to their parents and was read at their mother's funeral as well. Harry and Marion loved the film 4 Weddings and a Funeral. The poem Stop All the Clocks by W.H. Auden that featured in this film resonated with them. It is appropriate now to stop and reflect for a moment on your memories of Harold Barclay Smith. While the poem I just read is filled with sadness and grief at a loved one's passing, Harry would not want you to look back in his memory and feel that way. Instead, remember the moments that made you smile, laugh out loud, and whatever meaning your memories have for you. During this time, the family have selected a special song for you to listen to, which Harry very much enjoyed. Family and friends of Harry Smith, please stand as we approach the conclusion of this moving farewell. Please remember that it is only Harry's body that we are saying goodbye to today, not his personality, character and spirit, which will live on forever in your thoughts and memories. We will now conclude our service with the Irish blessing. Thank you all for coming. Please let the family recess out first.